Howdy. A little while ago, someone in the fragrance Discord I'm in sent a screenshot of a fragrance that they made, like the breakdown top, mid, and bottom. And they gave a description on it, and they asked if someone in the Discord could make it for them. A lot of people said no. It is what it is. But I thought it was interesting, so I kind of want to make it for that person. I don't have a screenshot because my phone is over there recording me. But I wrote down what they want in the fragrance. Aquazone, I believe, is a captive, so I can't put that in the fragrance, unfortunately. Some of these notes aren't in the right spot, like Hedione is a mid note, and he put that in the base. No worries, it's just a note breakdown. This is a pretty niche breakdown. This is reminding me of like Nishane style fragrances. Nishane fragrances are like pretty floral with like a really animalic, musky base. It's interesting. I think I'm going to keep this pretty natural as possible. I have a couple naturals here from the fridge all ready to go. The top is going to be clementine, and then in the description they mentioned mandarin. So I'm not sure if they meant clementine in the description or if in the screenshot they meant mandarin. So I'm just going to put them both in, so clementine and mandarin in the top. And then mid is going to be tea. I'm not sure if it's going to be black or green because I have both of those materials. I'm assuming black tea because they just mentioned tea and they didn't give a color. Clary sage, water lily, which doesn't have a smell, but I'll give it like an aquatic floral kind of feel. And then salt and a middle note aquatic material, which I won't say. There's very few of them, but I'm using one of them. And then the base, cologne. It's a staple in aquatic fragrances. Patchouli, castoreum, and cedar. Natural cedar is pretty hard to work with. I'm going to try it out. I'm not too familiar with it, but I think I'll keep it low and it won't be too much cedar. Natural cedar to me smells like sweat, but I believe if you use just a very tiny bit of it, it becomes more woody and not as annoying. And then I'm going to put in your normal Hedione, Isoe Super, and Broxin. And then I think I'm going to add in a synthetic cedar as well, which is like more ambery, called CME. Cedral methyl ether. For Cypriol, I have it in synthetic. I actually don't have Cypriol, so that's on me. Yeah, so I'll get that started. I don't have any amounts listed here, and I think I'm going to start with the base and then kind of just add things until I like it. Then go into the mid, add things until I like it, and then finish off with the top. I don't want to do my usual thing, which is make the entire fragrance, top to bottom, smell it on my skin for however long it lasts, and then the next day do it all over again. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible, quick and dirty, but try and make it good. So this is a new experiment for me. So get started. Let's start with cologne. Probably just a drop I'll start out with. It's pretty strong. Smells slightly sweet, cucumber, and then just reminds you of water. Long lasting, strong, only need a drop. Patchouli, start with one drop, hopefully not too much. Cedar, let's see what we have. Atlas cedar, add 1%. Hopefully I put DPG in here and it doesn't come flying out. Okay, I don't think I did, but I got one drop in there. CME. Warm, sweet, mass appealing. This is going to be my synthetic Cypriol. Cypriol is supposed to smell smoky, woody, a little bit leathery, a little bit spicy. Alright, let's put in Isoe Super. I'm going to start with 8. I know it's a lot compared to the 1 drops that I put in before. That's usually the case for Isoe Super. Sometimes it's like half the formula in weight. Oh my god. That just smells like cedar. Let's grab a paper strip. No castoreum in here, so let's grab a tiny bit. Okay. Woody. Slightly sweet from the cologne and ambroxan. Patchouli's not too overpowering. It's good, I like it. I mean, it's not too cedary, which is nice. I think the cedar smell is strong because I might have gotten it on my hand or on the side of the bottle. But this is nice. Let's do the castoreum. Very animalic, a little ambery. Kind of woody and spicy, a little bit. Interesting. It comes out very smoky from the synthetic Cypriol. Castoreum is not too strong. The patchouli's coming out a little bit more. This is not really mixed well. I think for the most part, this is like probably somewhat accurate to what it's going to smell like. Okay, let's start with the aquatic material in the mid. Oh god, nothing spilled out. That's good. Smells very fresh, maybe a little floral. Let's go with salt. I don't know how much of this stuff I should put in. It's probably pretty strong. Okay, that seems pretty good to me. Okay, let's go with our water lily. Probably this guy. Just a drop of that. Clary sage. It smells kind of like tea. Doesn't smell too strong now, which is good. Let's pop a drop in there. Tea. I have a black tea material. It's not on a cord. That is not the tea. There's the tea. It is kind of spicy, leathery as well. It's definitely more aquatic with my secret aquatic material. The salt accord, it's not salty to me. To me, it's more like bath salt. Like it smells like a shower, but it's kind of making it fresh here. I would say it's probably niche. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like this. I'm liking this so far. It's pretty muddy. There's no like floral additive like linalool or coronal. Maybe I'll try coronal in here. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna put in the Hedione and the top. My Hedione and Isoi Super bottles are a bit bigger than the other bottles that I have, and that is by design. You go through a lot of these materials. I put in 8 Isoi Super. I'm gonna put in 12 of this. I think that's a good ratio. Isoi Super and Hedione, they're not extremely strong, and I think that is by design. They're cheaper. They're a good filler for a fragrance. If you use more of them, I think your fragrance is not going to be as strong. If you're going to use less of it, then it's going to be more rich, I'd say. But I think they do have a place in probably almost every fragrance. Let's put in the mandarin. I'm going to start with 1 drop. It's coming eventually. I see it. Okay, that was 1. And then I dropped 1 on the outside. Yeah, put some color in this fragrance. Oh boy, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty colorful. It's almost like dye. Okay, maybe just from the color alone, I won't put any more of that. It's probably pretty strong if it's that dark. And then let's do our clementine. Okay. Drop of that. It's pretty orange now. When we put in the alcohol, it's not going to be as dark. So not a lot in the top. If we wanted a stronger top, we would put in maybe a couple more drops. We don't want to drown out the base because top notes, they hit your nose first, and then all we'd be smelling is citrus. And then after that, it would disappear, and then the fragrance, in my opinion, would change too much. Smells a little rindy. It's kind of swallowed up the fresh and aquatic aspects of the fragrance, but it's interesting. It's sweet, it's fresh, a little sour, a little rindy, a little musky. It smells good though. It smells woody. It smells a little ambery. It's got that salty bath salt kind of freshness. Doesn't really remind me of the ocean or water at the moment, but maybe it'll dry down, or maybe on skin it'll be a bit better. I think I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to put in 1 more drop of the middle aquatic note, and I'm going to add alcohol and I'm going to put on my skin. I'm also going to add in just like a floral, generic floral note, just to brighten up the base, because it smells a tiny bit muddy. Okay. And I think that's it. Let's add the alcohol. And I think probably I'll do the usual. I'll just make it like 33%, because we got some diluted things in there, like 1% and 10%, 5%. That's probably good. Still pretty orange, but that's what you get from the natural citruses. Interesting citrus choices, mandarin and clementine, and then cypriol. You don't see that too often. Castoreum. It's a pretty interesting note breakdown. I liked it though. I like aquatics, although I feel like most aquatics I'll probably hate on for some reason. The ones that I like, and the ones that I don't like. So let's give it the real deal test here. Grab our 5th strip. Not very economical here, but eco-friendly. But that's sometimes how fragrance creation goes. Got a big waft of clementine and mandarin. Much lighter. It's probably because I was smelling it 100%. I like this. I'm not wearing a fragrance right now. I might spray this on and just test it out. A lot of perfumers like to let their fragrance that they just made sit because they've been around the materials. They've been in their lab. Like this room smells like a Macy's right now. And it always smells like a Macy's. It never doesn't smell like fragrances in here just because of the materials and the spraying and all that stuff. So being in here, smelling the materials as I put them in, testing them out, it can tire your nose out. And then when you wear it, you might think it's weak, although it's just your nose being tired. So a lot of people like to make their fragrance, let it sit for a day, and then they'll come back to it when their nose is fresh. I'm going to give it a try. I do it a lot. Doesn't seem to bother me too much, although the next time I wear it, it definitely feels a bit stronger. So I like to wear it after I make it sometimes. And then maybe in like 2 or 3 more days, I'll wear it again. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll contact this person and see if they're willing to give me their address so I can ship to them. But shipping is tricky. You're not allowed to ship anything over, I think, 50% alcohol. Odds are they're not in the US. If they're in the US, should be pretty simple. If they're not, then it might be difficult. Maybe I send them the fragrance oil, and then if they have alcohol, they can dilute it. Odds are they don't have alcohol. If they're asking someone in a fragrance Discord to make the fragrance for them, they probably don't have any fragrance materials. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, they just dilute it with water, and then it might suck, but they'll get a little bit of the fragrance smell. For now, thanks for watching.